Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It's a Thursday today. Today is the 13th. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of what's been happening as far as my neuropathy, my treatment plan, the things that have changed, and just where we're at, where we're going. So we're going to go back in time a little bit because it's been a little while. So on September 22nd, we had a doctor's appointment with my oncologist, Dr. Abdullah, and she asked me how everything was going, right? Just a regular checkup and stuff. And I told her about the neuropathy, how it was, I felt it was getting worse, how it was going up my arm and causing me issues. My feet, how instead of being about half my foot, my entire foot now was numb. It wasn't going anywhere else, just the bottom of just my feet. And it was just irritating and a little frustrating because of the way it was making me feel, right? So she decided of the four medications that I'm taking, two of them can cause neuropathy. One is called Velban, and the other one is called brentuximab vedotin. Well, she decided to take away the brentuximab. The Velban is the red one that they call the red devil. I'm still taking that one, and the whole idea was to hopefully reduce some of the neuropathy that's happening in my body right now, right? My hands and my feet. So the next day, on the 23rd, I had my infusion. So instead of getting the 4, I got the 3 medications. And for a couple of days after, I felt like, hey, it kind of worked, not having the same type of sensation, nothing like that. And then about the 4th, 5th day, somewhere in there, it came back. And it felt like it was worse. I felt like my hands were more swollen than they felt before, even though they're not swollen, like it just feel that way. The intensity of the pokey, that's a pokey sensation, was a little worse. My feet and my hands, same with the sensation of being swollen when they're not swollen. And it was a little bit harder to do some things, especially to grab onto things. And it kind of worried me, right? Because we should have seen something a little bit different. So then we went back and had another doctor's appointment on October 4th. And we talked about what was happening with Dr. Abdullah. And she decided to postpone my treatment for a week. So that was October 4th, which was a Tuesday. That Friday, October 7th, I was supposed to have my 9th treatment. And she said, well, let's hold off and let's see if giving you another week will help with the neuropathy. And then it was like, okay, that's fine. And so one of the questions that I had was, my concern was if we postpone a week, because we know that Hodgkin's lymphoma, this type of cancer, is a very aggressive cancer, and you kind of need to stay on top of it and make sure that it's you're knocking it out. You can't give it a break, because if you give it a break, it's going to race right back, right? So I asked her, is there any concern that taking a week break, could allow the cancer to come back? Because it's not all the way gone yet. I have a little bit here on my neck still, okay? And she's like, no, I have no issues whatsoever. She goes, I wouldn't even be bringing this up if I thought there was an issue. You'll be fine. Skipping a week is not going to be a problem whatsoever. You're in a really, really good place. And she goes, I'm totally confident everything will be fine. So Morgan and I looked at each other and we're like, okay, let's do it. Let's skip a week then, So we skipped that week, and my hands still feel the same. Not as intense. I don't feel as swollen anymore. But there, as far as the neuropathy goes, it's still my entire hand and both of my entire feet. Both my hands, both my feet. So we had another appointment with, it was the nurse practitioner, Natalie. We just had that appointment on the 11th, which was, let me see, 30. So it was Tuesday. And we talked about this, and she said, are you taking this medication? Well, we got confused on what the doctor had said, because she said, there's this medication and it's for pain. Well, the pain wasn't all that, I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't like constant. So we didn't think twice about going to get the medication, because it felt like it wasn't a constant pain. If it was a constant pain, then we would have gone to get the medication. Well, Natalie says it's to help you with your neuropathy, but the pain and with the neuropathy. And we're like, we didn't hear that part. We were, I don't know why we didn't hear that part. I don't remember if Dr. Abduluk said it or she didn't say it. So anyway, we go get the medication, start taking the medication. It helps. It helps with the pain, and it helps in the morning. My hands don't feel as bad as they do, let's say right now. So as the medication wears off, this tends to get a little bit more, this increases the discomfort and the irritation. It increases in my feet and my hands. So the medication is helping. Now, there's complications with the medication, right? So it makes you drowsy, so it really knocks me out at night. So now I take that, and then later on I'll take like half of a chewy, and then I'm out. I pass out. Sleep really well throughout the night. Tonight we're going to try just taking the medication, to seeing if that'll work. If I can get a good night's sleep without having to have the edible, that'd be great. So the medication they gave me is called gabapentin, and some of the side effects, there's like 4 or 5 that aren't great. One of them is diarrhea. Well, I haven't had any problems, any side effects whatsoever with it, so that's great. The only thing though is that it makes me drowsy and knocks me out. So I'm supposed to take one at night, but it also says that if I tolerate it well, I should take it during the day also. So I don't know. I think I'm going to talk to some people about it, because I don't know if I want to be asleep during the day, because it's going to knock me out. And I want to be awake. I want to be able to do things, and I don't want to be all groggy and run down and sleepy, almost artificially sleepy, because that's making me drowsy, right? So I'm hoping that just taking that at night is really going to start to benefit me here. I'm just concerned about Friday. Well, tomorrow I have my infusion. I'm going to get my medications, the 3 of them. Still not going to get the brentuximab. That's going to stay off the list. And then that'll be my 10th. And then I'll have 2 more to go. I'm concerned at the moment as to what's going to happen when I'm done with this. Is the neuropathy going to go away completely, or am I going to stay with some of it? Because you can't stay with some of it, and it's in your fingers where it stays. And I don't want that. I want to go back to being whole again, I guess you could say, right? I don't want these issues. I don't want these lingering side effects. The one encouragement is that week off, I got about 60% of my taste back. So that's exciting, because now I can eat things, and I can at least taste 60 to 65% of the flavors, and I'm not having to force myself to eat like I was prior to this, right? It was hard. There were days I did not want to eat because couldn't taste anything, and it just didn't hit me well. And and yes, I was eating. Yes, I would force myself to eat. You know, Margaret was making me dinner, and they were good dinners because I could smell it. I could smell all the flavors. I just couldn't taste anything. So in the past, where I would have like a big bowl of something or a plate of something and eat and feel great, I was only having a small little portion and eating it and forcing it down, and that was enough. That was enough. So one thing I can taste, like I can taste chocolate, which is, I can taste chocolate. I can make a fruit smoothie and I can taste the majority of the fruits. Okay. So, excuse me. So I have Margaret buy me some Ovaltine, and I've been having Ovaltine in the morning, for breakfast. Works perfect. Excuse me again. Works perfectly. I feel great, and I'm not hungry until about 12:30, 1 o'clock. But I can't do it every day, so I'll force myself to eat something. Well, now that I can taste, this morning I made papas with an egg, had tortillas. It was great. I could taste it, and I could taste the subtle flavors in the tortilla, most of the flavors in the tortilla, right? Just so fantastic. But it's going to go away once I get all those 3 minutes after this infusion. So by Tuesday, I won't be able to taste anything. It's going to be terrible. I'm back to where I was again and forcing myself to eat food, because I can see why people lose so much weight because of the chemicals that they're putting in our bodies. The chemo, how sick it can make you. And then the fact that you can't even taste what you're eating. Nothing is appetizing. Nothing sounds appetizing. If I didn't know what anything tastes like, then I probably wouldn't have any issues. But because I know what everything tastes like, it's hard. It's hard to sit there and eat a hamburger, barbecue a hamburger, and you make it the way you make it, and you know it's great, and you go to take a bite and you get nothing. It sucks. But I'll only have 2 left. I'll only have 2 more treatments left. So I can deal with that, and I can deal with having no flavor in my food because I got 2 treatments left. But my biggest concern, because I know I'm going to get my taste buds back, right? Because it happened rather quickly after we just taking a week off. And that's exciting. My hands and my feet, I don't know. And that's a little bit scary to know that you're not going to have the full function and the full sensation of feelings in your fingers, and in your feet. For those of you who really know me, I love basketball. That's I love basketball. That's home to me, being on a court and having a ball in your hand. Oh man, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And so it takes a lot of touch and to do a lot of those things with the basketball, right? And the fact that I can't feel, will I ever be able to play? Will I be able to run? Because a lot of times I don't. When I'm walking, sometimes I have to really think about where my feet are. Especially if I'm walking like on a road, a sidewalk. When I go to my appointments, right? Unfamiliar places. I really have to be careful with my feet and think about making sure I'm picking up my feet and putting them down, right? And not like dragging the toe, where I could catch a lip on something and then fall, hit the ground. Coming up the stairs, make sure that I'm going each step, and not dragging my feet a little bit where I'm going to hit the edge of the next step and stumble me forward, or you know what I mean? Or miss a step, and go straight down. So that's my concern, and in my job, I work on tiny things sometimes, especially when you open up a computer. How's that going to work? So yes, it's a major concern, and for me at the moment, because it's so, the future of this is so unknown, that I can't gauge it against anything, because everybody is so different. So I just have to wait, and I have to stay positive, and I have to pray that I get everything back the way it was before, so that I can function, right? But that will be for later, when we get past that last chemo, and maybe the weeks and months that follow, to see what happens with the neuropathy. And I'm gonna just, pray and ask God, hey, restore me, give me back what I had, so that I don't have to worry about, being functional, or these being functional, or my feet being functional. It's kind of a scary place to be, but I'll be all right, I'll be all right. I mean, we're excited because we have 3 more left, and after tomorrow I'll have 2 more left. Doctor said that I will be good for Thanksgiving, that I can go and enjoy my Thanksgiving, which that's going to be a lot of fun. I so looking forward to it, which means Christmas will be even better, because then I'll be a little stronger. And that's going to be so much fun. So much fun. So I have those things to look forward to, and those are spectacular things to look forward to, and spending time with my families, and with my in-laws, with my family, my sister, and doing those things that I've not been able to do because of this. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So right now, that's where we stand. I will get back to you guys next week. I'm going to give it about 6 or 7 days, and we'll see where we stand and what's happened. But so far so good. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following, and thank you for your prayers and your best wishes, and whatever you're sending. I truly appreciate it, and just thank you. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.